Hi friends, it's your friend Rashi and my friend who's going to be your friend soon, Dana LeConey. She is with Institute of Anti-Age. If you don't know, they are one of the best Houston wellness medical spas around. They're accredited and it's the place that I go to. So I wanted to share with you guys my secrets because people ask me, but you know, people ask more so about Dana and they ask about celebrities and all kinds of people come to her. They've been open more than 20 years. So Dana, thanks for being here.
Well, thank you, and for all those nice words.
I know, you're welcome. You know, we are going to be diving in. I think it's so important for women as we age to feel our best.
That's correct.
The biggest thing is we with social media see all these celebrities, see people on TV and think, man, how come my skin doesn't look like that? And I can tell you just from researching and just me being on camera myself, I know it starts early. It's an investment in yourself.
It totally is.
And so tell me about, you know, we see the overdone look, which is obviously something we don't want to be walking around with. If you do, hey, that's all good. But the natural look, what exactly is that?
You know, the natural look is looking like you haven't had anything done.
Yes.
It's just as we begin to age, we start to show signs of aging, like loss of volume under our eyes, you know, loss of like your little cheek pads, your lips start to kind of get a little wrinkly.
Yeah.
You know, we start to show little lines like that. So if you start young, I mean, you could do it at any age.
Right.
But if you start young, kind of like what you did, and Sarah and myself, I've been doing it for 20 years, you don't look like you've had anything done. And I think what's happening today is like TikTok is giving it a bad name because they have these people showing these overdone looks that's not how we practice. And there's a lot of injectors in town that are just like us. They don't do that.
Right.
But yeah, it's that natural look, looking like nothing has been done.
Yes, it's like that natural look with our makeup, right?
Yeah.
We look like we just rolled out of bed like this, but oh, all of a sudden my lashes are so long or my teeth are so white, you know, and what you're also seeing right here, Sarah, she's awesome. She is doing microneedling with Exosomes, which is something that is very popular, especially with the celebrities. So we're going to be diving into that and letting you know what's going on there. But first off, I wanted to ask you about celebrities out in the public, how it's kind of like the in thing to talk about what all you've gotten done, right?
That's
because
right.
people are like, okay, so the reason I wanted to do this episode is because you might think to yourself, I wish I looked a little bit younger or something, and I don't even know the way to go about doing it. It might be a little, you know, intimidating. So what I'm telling you and what Dana's letting you in on is the fact that it doesn't have to be that way, and we are going to show you the myths, bust some of those, and some of the secrets that celebrities do.
That's right.
You know, one lady, Barbara Cochran, we talked about, she's 76 years old.
She looks good.
American businesswoman, investor, television personality. She posted this on her Instagram, season 1 to season 16. I mean, she looks like she's getting younger.
She does, and I love the fact that before, you know, people didn't want to talk about what they've had done, but now everyone's doing it, you know, growing old gracefully, and she looks fantastic.
She does, and you might have noticed her from Shark Tank. This is another one. I thought you'd love this. She posted like my natural look,
yeah, my natural look, yeah,
in quotes, because she's getting Botox.
I love that, yeah.
You know, it's so great that women are being so transparent about this. And we also know that she said that since the cool kids are sharing their plastic surgery secrets, she let us know that she had an eye lift, neck lift, lower eyelid skin, pinch, fillers, including ear fillers. What are those?
Oh my gosh, we do that all the time. Like a lot of ladies wear these heavy earrings and their earlobes start to droop. So we put filler in just to kind of plump the earlobes back up.
Wow.
We do that a lot.
Okay, well that's what she's getting done. Also, she's had laser treatment and facials as well. And what you're hearing is the buzzing of the microneedling happening right now. It's also known as the vampire facial.
Or used to be.
Used to be.
That's a trademark.
Not anymore. Thank you for correcting me there. You know, some of the other people that celebrities people look at, Cindy Crawford.
Right.
She really looks like she's just getting younger.
She looks great.
Yes, she's 59, and I believe we have her picture here. Where
oh, wow.
She said in InStyle, I'm not going to lie to myself. Past a certain age, creams work on the texture of your skin, but in order to restore elasticity, all I can really count on is the vitamin injections, Botox, and collagen.
Correct.
So explain how those help your skin.
So basically, like, we're doing like the fillers and the Botox just to kind of stop the muscles from contracting, breaking down the collagen, right? What she's doing is stimulating collagen, like with microneedling treatments, with the exosomes, and we have a variety of lasers that are on the market today, and it's just incredible that it's so you're stimulating, you know, from inside out, outside in. So there's just so many different treatments. So it's really a plan as you're moving forward.
It's like a medical plan, right?
When you're it's not a one time.
Even with the Botox, if you get Botox done, I got it done one time. I went home and I was like, I still have wrinkles. I mean, that thing takes, 3-4 days to really settle in.
Right.
And that's another person, this is who it was, Kelly Ripa, 54. And she said, I got Botox because people kept saying, are you looking okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. Why? She said, because you look angry all the time. And I was like, then it's time to get some Botox.
There you go.
So I'm sure that a lot of people might say their facial expressions, or they want to feel more professional, because you were talking about the workplace as well.
Oh, that's right. And when COVID hit, we're like, oh my gosh, this business is going to die. But it was Zoom meetings. People were face to face with high definition, screen monitors, and all of a sudden you're looking at yourself and you see the shadows. You really upset a lot of people as they were banging on our door for us to open back up. Like, oh my gosh, I have meetings. I'm on Zoom. So I mean, it's just, but we like that subtle look. And I think the earlier you start, the better, the more natural you're going to look, and choosing the right injector. When you go into an office or when you research your injector, look at the office staff, look at your injector, make sure that they're not overdone, or make sure that they're listening to you and stick with that plan. So that way.
That's just like when I went to a beauty store, I won't say which one, and the person that approached me when I needed a little help did not look like they knew what they were doing.
And you're like, run.
They're like, this is what I like to use. We don't, this is what I'm like, okay, is there anyone else that can help me out? It's the same thing. You go into a place, and one of the other things that people don't know about, and we've talked about this on our broadcast, is the fact that there are med spas out there, unfortunately, that are scams. And that's a big deal that you guys face a lot of.
We do. We have a lot of people that come to our practice wanting us to fix what they've had done, and we're like, what did you have done? And they're like, well, I had some filler. I'm like, what type of filler? There are certain top brands out there that you really need to educate yourself on. Educate yourself on where you go, because we can't always help you. If you don't know what you did, we don't know what you did, so we can't reverse. So that's the great thing about what we do. I think when you choose a provider, what's important is that you stick with that provider forever.
Yes.
When you're trying to like cost, shop price, whatever, and you're going to 3 or 4 different people, no one knows what you're doing, and to get that natural look is really tough. But whenever you're ready, I could talk about the safety and what to look for when you go to choose an injector, but go look at their staff. Like I have a staff of 20, and everyone looks natural. All of us, have been doing this.
Well, the thing is that it's something like getting medicine every, so often, or whatever the case may be. So if you have a place, which a place years ago was like, it's kind of our slow time. Like, there shouldn't be a slow time in this business, right? You're always having someone coming up. Yeah. And we're going to be debunking some myths and talking more about all things face and the natural look, so you can feel and look your best. Coming up with Dana. All right, welcome back. And I want to say hello to all of our listeners on Spotify, Apple, iHeart. And if you're not able to watch this, I definitely recommend you rewatching this segment so you can see what used to be the bloody vampire facial. Now we call it skin pen, and it's very important to get something like this because it boosts your collagen. And I have with me Dana, who is the owner of Antiage Institute, one of the best med spa and wellness spas here in the Houston area. I can say that because there's a lot of people that go there and they have great reviews. And one of the things that I say is, like, you have no room for error with me.
No, I mean, we do a lot of TV personalities, and we can't
like
make
zero
a mistake.
room for error. Rashi's got to be on TV, so it's great. And what you're looking at right here, explain what we're looking at for those that people are tuning in right now.
So Sarah over here is doing microneedling with exosomes, and it's basically controlled injury to the skin to stimulate a collagen response. And Sarah, you may want to explain what you're doing.
Yeah, so microneedling, we're using skin pen microneedling. It's just making millions of tiny little microchannels that's forcing your skin to heal and repair itself and stimulate its own collagen. So this is a great treatment on its own for either acne scarring, fine lines, texture concerns. It's also great for preventative care. I call it collagen banking. So even though this beautiful girl is in her 20s, we're doing this more as a prevention for her. And then the booster we're using are the Benev Exosomes, which are amazing at healing the skin faster, as well as stimulating even more collagen, elastin, and fibroblasts.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to let you slow down a little bit because I don't want you to finish the whole thing, because our next segment will be diving deeper into what she's doing. But we want to talk about facial balancing. You might have heard of this, especially if you're on social media. You see a lot of celebrities doing just that. And so you're thinking, what the heck is this? And I remember going to Dana like, okay, what are you talking about facial balancing? So tell us what that is.
So that's the new term now. It's basically, you just don't come in and get your folds done anymore or under the eyes. We look at the whole face. Our injectors go to trainings all the time. It's all about making sure that you're aesthetically proportionate. You know, if something bothers you, one area, we're fine with that, but we really like to look at your face in a whole and balance it so that it doesn't look like your cheeks are bigger than your lower face. You know? So it's all about, you know, having the aesthetic eye and knowing how to balance someone's face to make them look natural.
Yes, and this is a hack for parents who might not get as much sleep as they need. So you're like, okay, well, I got my facial balancing done, have my fillers or Botox so I look more awake and not as upset at, you know, just being cranky for not having that much sleep. But we do have some before and after pictures of the facial balancing. So describe what we are seeing.
So this is Megan. She's one of our aesthetic injectors, and she had dark circling under her eyes. And as you can see, that dark circling, the dark circles are gone. Here's another patient who she's young and her lips were starting to deflate. So she wanted to have a little bit more fullness. This is another young lady that works in our office. She just lost a lot of weight, 2 kids, and we just balanced her back. And that is a perfect facial balancing picture. If you go back to that one, if you really look close at her, she'd lost volume like in her cheeks and her lips and her face. And then this patient again is just a little facial balancing, and that you could see the side where she was losing volume under her eyes, and it just put that volume back.
And when you say losing volume, I think sometimes people look in the mirror and they're like, what's happening to my face? Or what and it's the loss of volume, which is natural.
You know, back, you know, before FDA, you know, fillers and Botox were FDA approved, it was surgery. So now as you're aging, so around the age of like 35, 30, actually 30 plus, we have a lot of 20-year-olds coming in now as well, but you lose volume as you age through the decades. I mean, every year you're losing volume, you're losing bone density, skin elasticity. So that's why it's important to just do a little bit at a time, you know, just to kind of keep that volume, keep that natural look like what you want.
Yes.
You know, to be on TV and for me to be in the face of our practice. You know, and I even, whenever you're ready, I could show you what one syringe is, because so many people are just so afraid of that overdone look. But it does not need to be like that in the good hands of an injector.
And I think it's better to start earlier, and it's never really too late to start. It's just, what's the worst thing is when you go to somebody that is not accredited and not knowing what they're doing, and then you're having to fix it, because that's hard to do. There are some myths that we're gonna bust right now. So one of the big ones, all fillers look fake. And that's not necessarily the case.
Nope, that's
you
not
will
the
be
case.
very surprised at how many people have fillers, and it really helps out.
It really does. And again, it's in the hands of the injector. So a good injector, no one will even know. You'll look good, you'll look refreshed, it'll keep the lines, just everything nice and smooth. And if it is overdone or you know, that can be dissolved. So
yes, that's the other thing I was going to get to, that fillers often migrate and they cannot be dissolved, which is not true. And you were going to show us what you need to look for when you are getting something done.
So yeah, whenever you come into an office, you know, you want to first of all know what you're having injected, right? A lot of people don't even know what they're having injected. But always, and a good injector will be happy to answer your questions. Look see what the product is. Look for the expiration date, you know, on the
That's
product.
big, yes.
You know, make sure it's sterile, and it's sterile. These come like a sterile syringe. It's pre-packaged. It's never been opened. That's very.
Look it up so we can get that.
That's very important. Always look to see that. And then I just want to show you one more thing. Like, this is one syringe of fillers.
Okay.
So this is why you're not going to be overdone with one syringe. This is how much one syringe is, and we spread it thinly, you know, throughout the face just to give that smooth look. So one syringe, you're not going to be overdone. You can always start with one and then add. And we're okay with doing a little bit at a time. So you get, and we actually sometimes like that because you get a more natural look.
But you should be at places that are okay with not doing too much. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Like, that's a big red flag there too, because I think
that. You see what it feels like? That's what's in your face right now. It feels like Vaseline.
That's why I didn't become a doctor, go into y'all's profession. Okay, yeah, but anyways, so, and I will say that it's not painful like you would think. Your face has, like, why putting needles in your face, but it's not painful. I can tell you, you put numbing cream on, especially with what Susanna's going through right now. She had numbing cream on for about 30 minutes. You can get it on for longer than that, right?
Yeah, of course, up to an hour. We also have chillers. We have everything. But like the procedures we do, even fillers, you really hardly feel anything. I mean, the lips sometimes are a little bit more sensitive, so we'll numb you a little bit longer.
Yeah, but lips are intense. I've done it once, but it's different for everybody. Yeah. But I didn't have numbing cream.
We have some people come in without numbing cream and with their lips done.
Oh, wow.
So everyone's pain tolerance is different. Yeah. And we work with each one individually, but so will other injectors.
Right.
But, yeah.
And again, this isn't saying that you need this. It's just saying, if you're looking in the mirror and you're like, what the heck can I do? How can I look a little better? Maybe feel a little bit better. That's what we're getting at. Okay, and the other thing is fillers are unsafe. You might think that because it's like this external thing going into your body, but that's not the case.
That's not the case. This is a natural, your body is made up of hyaluronic acid. It's natural to your body. It holds moisture, and as we age, we lose that hyaluronic acid. That's why we start to age. So this has all been FDA approved for over 20 years. AbbVie, which is one of the largest pharmaceutical companies, owns Botox and Juvederm.
Okay.
I mean, this is so studied, so safe. Botox has over 600 uses. That's safe. Fillers are safe. It's natural to your body, and it can be reversed. So it is so safe.
And that's a big thing, is that it can be reversed. All right, when we come back, you've been looking at this, the microneedling. How does Susanna feel? Does it hurt? I've taken your questions, and we're going to get them answered for you right after this quick break. Friends, so I am here with Dana LeConey with Antiage Institute. We also have Sarah with us, and Susanna, who's only 26 years old. She's been getting this microneedling done with Exosomes. Look at her face. Beautiful. Blushing. No, that's blood, guys. Okay, that is Susanna. So one of the big questions I asked our viewers is, how long does it take for you to see any type of improvement in your skin? Because you've been getting this now for a while.
Yes, I've been getting it for the last, I want to say 4 or 5 years. With Sarah, actually. And so I want to say, like, right after it's done flaking, it still doesn't, it's not as noticeable, but I can definitely see a difference. And it's not till like the following week or so I can notice a difference in my pigment, my hyperpigmentation, and my texture as well. Everything's just kind of smoothed out and soft.
That's great. And so does it hurt? That's another question.
No, because of the numbing, you kind of just feel the vibrations and the pressure from the tool. Kind of more towards the end is kind of when the numbing kind of starts wearing off a little bit, and then you kind of just feel like a little like tingling sensation.
Okay.
But no prickling really.
Okay.
But it might also just be my high pain tolerance.
Well, I think that it's great that we're showing people what a lot of celebrities are getting done. So Sarah, real quick, can you tell me what this does for your skin?
So skin pen microneedling is phenomenal just for overall texture, quality of the skin, fine lines, pore size, acne scarring. Like I said earlier, it is great for preventative. So I have a lot of girls, just because of social media, coming in and wanting to do things younger.
Yeah.
So this is a great treatment that stimulates their own collagen. It literally creates millions of little micro injuries in the epidermis. By doing so, it forces your skin to then heal, repair itself, and stimulate more collagen and elastin. And then the addition of the topical exosomes, these are growth factors that we microneedle into those tiny microchannels. It not only helps to heal the skin faster, so you have less downtime. It also stimulates even more collagen and elastin, so you're getting 2 in 1 basically with this treatment.
Great. And why did you want to start getting this done?
My acne scars.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's really helped with that?
Yes, I had a bad habit of picking at them, so and then I just didn't know when to stop, so I feel like it just took a lot longer for them to heal. And then Sarah actually was doing just regular facials and suggested it to me, and then I was hooked.
That's awesome. Well, Dana, I was going to ask you real quick. This is like not even this is the latest and greatest now, but there's so much more in the works. Can you really quickly tell me what's up and coming?
Oh, there's so many products coming out that are biostimulators with HA fillers. I mean, I know that's a big word right now, but there's new lasers. There's just so much happening right now. I mean, we're at, it's about ready to take off. I mean,
awesome.
So we still have so many tools in our tool chest, and if I could get my last message out, is when you find a place, stick with that person. Don't go chasing pricing.
Right.
Find someone that understands you, listens to you, and will work with you and just keep you looking youthful forever.
That's all that matters, and naturally too. Well, Dana, thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
to Dana and Sarah, and I think it's been so great and so informative. If you have any questions, please do let us know on Caroline Rashi, the Instagram. Also, you can follow them on Antiage. Again, we'll have you on again. We got to talk about the latest and greatest stuff. We'll see you next time, friends.
Bye.
Bye.